We're all looking forward to this summer more than ever, spending time with friends and family, and there's no better place to do that than in your own backyard.
Yes, but what if your backyard looks like this?
Don't be too harsh. I can see some pretty good structures over there that we can work with.
Yep, well, it's time to get rid of the 80s, strip it all out, and give it an update.
Yeah. OK, admittedly, it's a little dated, but the structures are all here. The pergola's right next to the barbecue, which is also right next to the pool, so it's perfect for entertaining. Yeah,
it's a good layout, but we need to strip back the 80s and give it an update. You know that's coming home with us.
No, I think we need to leave the lazy Susan.
Oh.
That's better more heavy than I thought it was going to be.
The layout of this garden's pretty good, isn't it? It's very practical, it's a good size, good proportions, but it's not the best looking.
Exactly, we just need to make the most of it with some clever styling, I think, and I'm thinking Boho Springs would be perfect here.
Hairy armpits and cactus, I like it.
Not quite. So it's a combination of bohemian with a Palm Springs look. So that basically is desert vibes, lots of white and natural kind of eclectic decor.
OK, I'm thinking breeze blocks.
Perfect.
And this wall is the perfect spot for it. So if you start knocking it down, I'll do some very strenuous marking out, shall I?
Right, I always get the best jobs. I'll put on these really cool glasses, shall I?
Yeah, they're really cool. Keep going, girl power, you got it.
This is actually starting to come away, look at that.
Yeah, go.
It's going to take a couple more kicks, I reckon. No, not like that.
No, not like that. That was all you, my dear.
Definitely did all the hard work then. Yes,
all you.
Thank you.
It's really tempting to knock this wall down really quickly, but I actually need to save 50 bricks, and the reason I'm doing that is to fill in these holes here. It's quite deceptive how many we need. So, brick by brick, it comes down. I'm also going to cut down here, giving me a nice straight line. This corner gives both my walls strength, and then I can tie in my new breeze blocks, and it'll be solid as a rock. Ooh. Can you just pick that up and get that in a barrow, please?
I think it was supposed to break into a few pieces, right?
That was the idea, but if you could just do that one, that'd be great. I'll just wait.
I mean, I'm strong,
you're done there, and I'll just wait. I'll be back here doing something. The biggest expense in this makeover is our Better block wall, and because we're spending money on it, I want it to look really good. So I'm using a bricklayer. I certainly can't lay bricks, but that means I'm mixing the mud for him. Now we're going 5 to 1. That means 5 parts bricky sand, 1 part off-white cement. And when you're mixing mud, you want to mix it dry first before you add any water to it, and you're after this creamy consistency. Now, if you're a good bricklayer, you won't be doing this. If you're me, you're going to be stuck doing it all day. More on the board, Matthew. Please. As you can see, Matt is doing a much better job than I could ever do. He's also put in some brick ties into the old wall. So they're just a small right-angle piece of metal that sit into the mortar joint and tie our new wall to our old wall. And these are the blocks we're using. These are a breeze block. The pattern is called Starlight, and they're going to give us a really dramatic finish. It's the perfect backdrop to our garden.
With the boho look, it's all about natural elements and relaxed entertaining. So I saw this tabletop just off the shelf at Bunnings and thought it would be perfect to make a combined table, but also a grazing platter, so you can display lots of lovely food for when your guests come around. And the first thing I'm going to do is just sand it back. I've just made a simple template on this brown paper because I want to add some handles and also some feet. So on this top side, I'm going to pre-drill some holes for the handles and then flip it over for the ones for the feet. So now all I need to do is just wipe off any excess dust so that I can apply this kitchen oil, which is the trick to being able to use the surface safely for food.
What have you made now?
Well, it's a pretty cool coffee table, don't you think?
Yeah, what's it made of?
So, the tabletop is also a grazing platter. So you know on Instagram you see all those beautiful grazing platters with cheese and fruit and olives?
Yes.
Well, that's what this is for, and you can use the handles to serve your guests. You can pop it on a dining table if you want to. And how cool is this base? It's actually a basket planter that I've turned upside down. Do you approve?
Oh. Could you put beer on this as well?
Yes, you could. Well, we're at the halfway point of our Boho Springs makeover.
I'm not feeling very boho or very springy, though.
That's because we've got a lot of work still to do. We've got to paint, and we need to do something about that pergola.
Yeah, I think that's where we start. All right, let's get to it.
I'm glad you're doing this, because it's pretty dark under there.
Yeah, it is. And I think we'll probably only actually replace 3 of them to let the light through, but it's a hell of a lot easier if we take them all off, so then we can paint. We're not going to get paint all over them.
Yeah, great.
It'll be all right, even when nothing's all right. I got you by my side.
That looks better.
Doesn't it just? Getting rid of this horrible mission brown.
I think by using white and doing all of it, we're going to be able to get a really nice play on textures because we've got the vertical of the timber, and then we've got the brickwork, and then obviously the breeze box as well.
It'll be all right.
Before we put these roof sheets back up, I'm just going to give them a lick of paint. Like everything else in this garden, it's going white. Now, it's much easier to paint it when it's flat on a surface like this, rather than painting up when it's already put up, because then you just get paint in your eyes. These clear panels make a huge difference, don't they?
Yeah, being clear, they allow so much more light under here. It's awesome.
It's good, yeah. And everything white makes a huge difference. I think you really get that Palm Springs look, you know, the heavy top and skinny legs.
Yeah, and the square profile is so much more modern. Love
Yeah.
it.
Do you think anything else needs painting white there?
I could paint you white.
OK. Yeah, good. Perfect.
I can smell the sausages.
Go get some
sizzling already.
snacks, Dale. Go get them, eh? We'll have a barbie. Yeah, you.
You know the thing I love most about this garden? We have not changed the layout at all. We've managed to even repurpose this whole barbecue area.
Yeah, it's great, but now with a brand new pizza oven.
You know Christmas is coming up soon. You know what I want?
One just like this.
Just saying, if you're thinking of getting me something.
That can be arranged.
Now, you may think Palm Springs gardens are all about cactus, and yes, we are putting some succulents in, but I also want to add a nice cool green backdrop. So I'm planting up this area between the fence and the Besser blocks. Now we've got this dark grey fence, lime green leaf, and then the white Besser box. It's going to give us lovely texture and lovely coolness to the courtyard the other side. My main feature plant for this courtyard is this incredible euphorbia ingens. Now, nothing says Palm Springs like a cactus like this. They look great, but how on earth do you plant them safely? Well, you've got to wear some gloves to start with, and you want to get your hole pre-dug. Now, I've also cut the base off the bottom of our pot, and I'm going to get it into the hole, which is nice and wide so I can work around it. I'll just slice up the side of the pot, and it should come off. Now, it's always a good idea to take a sponge with you, because you can grab with one of these rather than damage the plant or your hands.
I'm just an addict to my insecurities. Can't break the habit. Oh, I can't break the habit.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
Our makeover is looking very Palm Springs so far, but I really want to bring in some of that boho vibe. So I found these gorgeous off-the-shelf woven pendant lights, which I thought would look gorgeous hanging above the dining table. But rather than keeping them like this, I thought I would add a little bit of personality to them and also make them tie into the white surroundings. So I'm just going to use some white spray paint and paint this top section here. I'm using 3 shades and I'm going to hang them at varying heights to create a bit of visual interest underneath the pergola. Oh my goodness, this planting looks amazing, Charlie.
Thank you. Hey, I like your crab pots.
Crab pots, how rude. They're unique, one-of-a-kind lampshades, I'll have you know.
I like them. Do you want me to hold them whilst you put them
Yeah,
on?
that would be great.
I think once we've got these done, it's on to furniture, isn't it?
It is. The dressing, it's my favourite part of any makeover.
Oh, I love moving furniture around for you. Happy?
What have you done? This door's in the wrong place and no.
Okay. I love moving furniture around for you.
Oh, no, Charlie.
You know what I like about this makeover?
Everything?
Well, yes, I like everything about it. But we really didn't do too many big-ticket items. The biggest thing was that breeze block wall. It's given us amazing depth. We've got lovely planting behind it.
This is true, and basically some paint and some styling.
Just some styling. We had a bit of a garden bed there. Clear lights above. Simple stuff that anyone can do at home, really.
Actually feels so much bigger now. We've got this beautiful entertaining area, a nice little spot to sit, enjoy.
I like your styling, lemons especially.
Well, I always think you should have, you know, one big statement when you're styling, and for here, it's some lemons on a branch.
And grapes.
They're delicious, aren't they?
But if you're thinking about Christmas coming up,
I know,
what I'm
I know.
after?
The pizza oven.
Yeah.
I'm all over it, don't worry.
good is
I've
it?
taken notes.